Okay. Is my screen visible, sir?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
sir.
I here welcome all my Bangladeshi friend, Mr. Kamal sir, Mr. Rabiullah sir, and Jasmine ji in this third session of India Bangladesh tele collaboration project. Kamal sir has made very fantastic presentation. I was very happy to see him to present such a fantastic presentation there. This is my introduction slide. This is my WhatsApp number. This is my Twitter ID. This is my Facebook ID. This is my Instagram ID. This is the name of my YouTube channel. But it is in Marathi, our regional language, so maybe there problem to understand you Marathi. And this is my website. It is easy for you to read, because if you click there in translate tab, you can read my articles in English also by translating from this website. So everybody is welcome in this session. Heartily welcome to this third session, and very eagerly we were waiting for this, and we very eagerly we were waiting for this session. And today is that day that we have came here. These are the topic of today's meeting there. First is about my favorite time, and second topic is about no poverty. So I am going to detail in the next slide about my favorite time. Kamal sir has made very fantastic slides of this. He made very fantastic. I am not that fluent, but still I am doing this. First is my hobby. That is my hobby. You can see in the picture. I like to read a lot. I am a I don't know whether you know that story in Indian mythology, that there is a Bakasur. He eats anything, eating anything there, like that. I am the reader. I just want to read anything, everything which is related to our subject, which is related to our to study, our profession. I just go and read that. Reading is my favorite hobby. Also plays cricket and other chess and other things also, but still reading is my favorite hobby. And then next, my game. So I would like to tell you that I do play chess, and I like to play chess. I play chess with my son. In college time there were friends, but right now there are no people to play chess. And in COVID pandemic, I usually play online when I get time, when I get bored. Okay, so these are my favorite hobby and favorite game. Then next, my favorite movie. It is a Marathi movie. There are so many movie. Kamal sir has shown about that Three Idiots. Three Idiots by Amir Khan, and that production. That is also very fantastic movie. But in Marathi, films like Sairat has been made very rarely. So it is very fantastic film. You can see it on MX Player or any other. Though there is a language problem, but still you can enjoy the music scenes and enjoy the fantastic other things there. Okay, then place to travel. So this is a picture of Raigad Fort that I have told you in last meeting. The Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is a great personality of our Maharashtra, Maratha. we all Maratha pray him as a god, and he was a great king of the Indian history, great leader of the Indian history. So his capital was this Raigad, and here you see, where, can you see my pointer, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this was his we can say constituency, Sansad Bhavan, or that here would Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj would say it is a gate, and this was a very big conference hall there, that is called Sabha in Marathi, and this is the palace, remains of the palace, and all other buildings are there. This is a lake on the fort, and this is also another lake, and this type there are so high side here. Again, it was the market. You can see the pointer here are remains of the market, and then this is the temple, famous temple of Jagadishwar Mahadev, and in front of that temple there is a samadhi, that is a tomb of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and every Maratha, every Indians, or every tourist from the world came to see the this fantastic fort of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, because it is isolated from all the sides. There is no connectivity. You cannot go up, and there is a this type of boundary walls there, and it is very difficult to climb on. That is why it was the capital in that time, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and it is very fantastic to see. Nature is very good. You can get very proud feeling to be there. So I like to go there very frequently, and it is the very proudful thing for any Marathi manus, that is Marathi man in Maharashtra, our state in India. So I would like to invite all my Bangladeshi colleagues, whenever you come to India, come to my home, and I will take you all to this fantastic place. Okay, sir. Then my favorite book. This is Marathi book. Its English version is available on Amazon. You can purchase it. You may have read. Sorry, 1 second. There is a chat message. Yes, Jasmine ma'am, you will go there. You can use your mic, ma'am. Okay, you can use your mic. Sri Krishna is an all-time great personality of the world philosophy, world polity, and world cultural reconstruction, and all his life, how he was, how his personality, how his family, all has been described in this book. I would like to ask my friends if you can get from your library, or you can get it online. It is in Marathi, Hindi, English. You can read its English version. It is a very fantastic book, and that is my all-time favorite book. Okay. Then next is, sorry, my favorite dance. If you come to here in India at the summer time, there are so many dargahs and pirs, and where there is annual yatra functions. There are 15 days yatras, or jatras, that is called jatras in Marathi, and there this Launi dance and tamasha, Lokanatya tamasha is very fantastic. And with this dholki, and there are you can see in the leg of ankles, with near the ankles of this lady, there are ghungroos, and with tying that ghungru to its leg, and with this dholki, and this dance is performed there, very fantastic dance, and I do like it. So there are very great dances in India: Kathak dance, Kathakali dance, Kuchipudi dance, So many are there, but this is the local and what we can say, folk dance of Maharashtra. So whenever we will get chance, you come to India, we will see this dance also. Okay, guys, we will next go to next slide. Which place you want to show your partner and why? So this is the place. Can you guess what is this? Anyone can guess which is this place?
No, sir.
Yes, I am going to tell you. It is the jail of Andaman, where all the Indian freedom fighters. Whenever I use the word freedom fighter, then there is a Bengali freedom fighter also, Pakistani freedom fighter also, and Indian also, because India was one country at that time, and all the freedom fighters were kept here. And whenever I get chance, I will go with my partner there and show her that yes, this is Andaman, because you can see this picture. Can you see this? Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, this was the man who have been sent there for Kalya Panachi Shiksha, for a lifetime imprisonment in that jail. And there was very laborious activities that British used to do by them. And right now my wife says, don't laugh at me, "Oh, what do you need to do the meetings with people from Bangladesh, and this is a worthless work." So I want to show her that, look at this picture. These people's wife also used to say them that, why are you dying for the country? Why are you fighting for the country? But still they died, still they fought, and they were in the jail. They were doing hard work. Maybe then there my children and my wife and all my family members and my friends get inspiration to do something for the country, to do something for the culture, to do something for the society, because there are so many people who have been died there in this jail. No names of those people don't know to the histories. There are a lot of peoples. So right now Andaman Nicobar tourism department have been made this like a very tourist place. So many people goes there to take inspiration. This is also because jails where our national leader was kept in prison, those are very inspiring things. Those are telling history to us, and those are motivating things for us. Okay, so this is the place I want to show my partner. The next point from this presentation is about no poverty. This is the main topic of our today's SDG. There are I don't want to repeat all those things. It is on our brochure, and Mr. Kamal sir has also said a lot of things about this. But one thing you can see the pointer: who is poor? Those who earn less than $1.25 a day. In a day, who earn less than $1.25 is poor. And according to these objectives and indicators, there have been so many things done here by the world leaders. By 2030, period of this SDGR from 2015, sorry, 1st January 2016 to 31st December 2030. In these 15 years, we need to remove poverty, and according to them, these are 5 objectives, and there are also sub indicators to each objective. So I need not want to explain all them there. I am going to move next slide. What is the status figure of poverty of your country? That means India. India, when we got freedom from British, so there was a lot of poverty there. खाने को नहीं मिल रहा था in Hindi. People were, in our history we have read that when in 1943 there was a great famine in Bengal. You may also have read about that. In that famine, 1 crore and 30 lakh something. Number may be vary, or maybe I not remember it correctly. But a lot of people died in that famine because people doesn't have anything to eat at that time. And from that time till today, we have made a lot of progress, lot of schemes are there, lot of government efforts are there, lot of help from the world and other countries we have got there. But still there is a poverty. Still there are people who cannot eat a full lunch, who cannot eat 2 times a day, who don't have anything to eat. There are so many people, and there is also poor people in India. All over the world there are people, poor people, but in India, due to its large population, there is a lot of poverty. So I would like to show here the status of India. This is a cycle of poverty, how poverty get created. People don't have saving, low saving, you can see in this picture. Due to low saving, they don't have extra money to invest, so there is no investment. Due to low investment, there is low economic growth, and due to low growth, there is low income. This is a circle. This bad circle goes on and on and on. There is no end. And due to low income, then low level of education and healthcare. Due to low levels of education and healthcare, low level of human capital, because without health, there cannot be strong people, strong human capital cannot be created. And due to low level of human capital, there is low productivity. And due to low productivity, there is low income. Due to low income, there is low saving. Due to low saving, there is low investment. Due to low investment, there is low economic growth. So this is a cycle. There is no end. This is a never-ending cycle. That is why people are not coming from out from the poverty. Okay. So what is the condition of today is cannot be said, because in 2019 COVID-19 outbreak has been came there, and till then right now we don't have any estimates, any counting of few poor people, because so many people who were above the poverty line may have been came down to under poverty line due to this pandemic situation, because people don't have work, people don't have income, people don't have sources. How they could live? Here in the table you can see the numbers. In 1993-94, there were 45.3% people in India were poor, below the poverty line. In 2004-05, there were 37.2% people poor. In 9 and 10, there were 29.8% people were poor, and in 2011-12, there were 21.9% poor people, and from 2011-12, today is 2021. In last 10 years, there not have been any estimates created about the poverty. So today's number may be higher, may be lower, but I am quite confident that due to this COVID pandemic, there could have been increase in this number of poverty line. Okay. Next, what steps are being implemented by your government to reduce poverty? Indian government is doing best to reduce the poverty. This is the program which has been implemented by the Indira Gandhi government. All our Bangladeshi friends are very grateful to Indira Gandhi, because Indira Gandhi fought for the freedom of Bangladesh, and then Bangladesh came into force in 1971. So Indira Gandhi government made this integrated rural development program. This program was launched by the government of India during 1978 and implemented during 1980. Okay. So Beneficiaries of this program were like this: rural artisans. Those people are doing artful things in the rural area. They can be benefited from this scheme. Then laborers who don't have land, who don't have anything, who go to other people's field or in an industry to get labor. Okay. Marginal farmers, those farmers who are small farmers who don't have anything, they can get benefit. Scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, those people are out of the benefit of economic development of the country. Those can get, and economically backward classes, those who have annual income less than 11,000. This 11,000 is the at 1978 and 1980 timing. It was not today's number, but this scheme was launched by government, and subsidies were following provided as following: the small farmer get 25%, marginal farmers and agriculture laborers get 33.33%, SC/ST family and differently able people get 50% subsidies under this scheme. With this scheme, there are a lot of people who came out of the poverty. You can see data on the Google about that from India. Then next scheme is this MREGS. This is the world's very largest employment generating program. World's largest employment generating program. It has been launched by government in 1972. There was also great famine. It was first launched by Maharashtra government, then it has been adapted by Indian government, and then in 2009 it was implemented with the force of the act. And this is a whole flow chart, who can get a job, and how this is implemented, you can see in this chart. But very key feature of this thing is that a person in the family, every single family, a person in the family can get 100 days work. It has been assured by the law in India, and due to this assured employment, it helps to reduce the poverty, because specific income come to the home regularly. Okay. Then next scheme is PMAY, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So well-weather housing with water, kitchen, electricity and toilet should be provided to rural people and to the urban people also. It can empower our humans. Woman empowerment will give better quality of life to the poor people from urban and from rural also. And adequate physical and social infrastructure will get there, because when you get the proper house, you get the recognition in the society and you feel very proud. It has been started back in 1989, and still that it is coming here. And in 2014, when Modi government came, it has been elaborated and implemented in proper way, and that is why it has been said that till 2022 there wouldn't be any homeless family in the India. May this scheme success. Then there is a next scheme, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, 100% central government sponsored scheme, where it tries to connect all unconnected habitations by 2007, but still it is going under work. But so many villages, because less than 1% village would have been away from the connectivity due to this scheme. And connectivity generates income, connectivity generates employment, and it helps to reduce the poverty. Okay. Then next is Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana. This central mission urges a strong demand for more economic opportunity among the poor people. The government of India conducts many training centers where candidate will receive certificate upon completion, and the program also aims to tackle the challenges that prevent India's rural and poor from competing the modern market. And when we compare to modern market, we when get employment, then this is a tool for family to come out of the poverty, to get something to eat and to be better life. International, there are some NGOs and national organizations working to reduce the poverty. We will see about them. Here is a Children International. Children International is working for the children with the support of donors and sponsors. Children and youth gain the skills and confidence they need to create promising future free from the poverty. Okay. Then this is next organization, that is Oxfam India. He works to ensure that Adivasi, Dalit, Muslim and women and girls have safe, violence-free lives with freedom to speak their mind, equal opportunities to realize their rights, and discrimination-free future. Oxfam India research to find lasting solution to end rising inequalities and exclusion of marginal communities from getting decent jobs, quality free education and health care. Okay, next. This is CARE, is not non-profit organization working in India for last 70 years, focusing on elevating poverty and social injustice. This CARE Foundation do this through well-planned and comprehensive projects in health, education, livelihoods, and disaster preparedness and response. Overall goal is the empowerment of women and girls from poor and marginal communities, leading to improvement in their lives and livelihoods. Then this is Akshay Patra Foundation. You may have listened about this. Akshay Patra is non-profit organization that began in Bengaluru, India since year 2000. The organization has been providing poor children with fresh and nutritious meal at schools. The aim of the organization is to eliminate malnutrition in children as well as support the right to education for children whose families cannot afford it. When the organization started out, it was a very small scale project that focused on local school in rural regions. Initially, the organization began with feeding 1,500 children locally. Today, Akshay Patra partners with the Indian government and multiple state governments. Additionally, it feeds 1.7 million children across the country. This makes it the largest midday meal program in the world and one of the most successful nationwide NGO aiming to end the poverty. Okay, next slide. Green Shoot Foundation. It is an organization that emerged in 2020. The organization approaches poverty through microfinance, sustainable development, and holistic programs. The main aim of the organization is to improve access to education and access to medical aid in developing Asian and African countries. There are multiple programs that our foundation has implemented based on the specific needs of each region. Some of these programs include education loans and social entrepreneurship, food agriculture and social entrepreneurship, food and social entrepreneurship, and medical assistance and medical education. Countries that the Green Shoot Foundation has worked in include Cambodia, Philippines, Myanmar, Vietnam, and Kyrgyzstan. Okay. Next organization is Action Against the Hunger. Action Against Hunger is an organization that focuses ending hunger around the globe. The organization focuses on families with young children. So far, Action Against Hunger was contributed to providing aid in over 45 countries to over 21 million people. Its aim is to double the number of the children it is aided by 2020. Due to the fact that millions of children around the globe still remain undernourished, the organization deals with problems that stem from a worsened hunger as well, including nutrition and health, water and sanitation, food security and livelihoods, and emergency response. So this was all from my side, and I very grateful to all of you to listen me carefully and to be there as my friends. Here is again my contact details given here. So I would like to thank all of you to listen and to give me chance to participate in this session. So I may ask to all of you, please unmute your mic and please have your opinion about this presentation and about this our very specific third session. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your nice presentation, sir. Full of information about our third session based on your personal affair and main focusing discussion of the SDG goal number 1. That means no poverty. All the points are pointed very specifically in your slide. We know that you are very experienced, sir.
No, I am junior
but,
to all of you. It is your
yes, sir. But
generosity.
you were senior to me in educational qualification, your experiences, your information. Yeah. So, sir, thanks again. Whereas
you.
our presentation was not rearranged, with Mustafa Kamal was busy some purposes, so he couldn't able to well arrange the presentation. Sorry for that. We need to help him, but we don't that. Sir, your presentation slide was well arranged. It is very beautiful, full of information, which is enrich our knowledge, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, sir. I am very, sir, very much. I was very much attentive when you were presenting the steps of your country to reduce poverty. Both of the national and international organization with their aims and objectives and their surrounded places, what they are going to do to reduce the poverty of your country. This is very much elaborately you have shown it, sir. But we have forgotten from our side. We have dropped it, sir. Mustafa Kamal sir is not.
He have left the meeting.
That means left this point, sir. Thank you for that. If you didn't show this, then we are very sir, in darkness about this, sir. So thank you. Thank you, sir.
You are
actually I'm not, sir, very much fluent in English, sir. Sorry for that again.
Same here. I am not fluent in English. I am Marathi man.
Sir, you are very rich. Your pronunciation is very rich, sir. But whereas we are poor, sir.
No.
Thank you, sir.
We are one here. We are going to learn from each other. We are going to get practice from here. So all are same. There are so many things that I cannot find out word for it in the English. I was finding the words, but still it's going on. Rabiullah sir, do you want to say something?
Okay, sir. Thank you. Your presentation is very fantastic for us. I think that your presentation, you are our best friend from Bangladesh. I like it you very much, this presentation. So when we want to next session, sir.
maybe next tomorrow evening we can meet. We can discuss about asking. Kamal sir, you want to say something about this today's session? Kamal sir.
Connect of electricity, disconnect of electricity. Sorry, and I am Zain. This presentation is the very.
ম্যাডাম আগামী দিন কি পারবেন? আগামী দিন আমি একটু ব্যস্ত থাকবো আবার।
আমার সমস্যা নাই স্যার।
আমি একটু
তা আপনি
ব্যস্ত
ব্যস্ত
থাকবো।
থাকলে?
সোমবার ব্যস্ত, ঈদের পরে করে ফেলি একবারে।
স্যার আরেকটা করি ঈদের আগে।
হ্যাঁ,
দেখেন না সম্ভব হয় কিনা।
ঈদের আগে?
আপনার ঈদুল আজহা।
ঈদের আগে তো মঙ্গলবার ছাড়া তো আর হয় না, তাই না? ঈদের আগে